Okay, this is literally a middle of the night download about Cancer season. As I reflect on this full moon and just how funny the universe is and how funny astrology is, and nature's perfect and everything is in balance. And before I get into Capricorn and this full moon and what that's bringing, I just want to talk for a minute about Cancer. So Cancer season runs from about June 21st to July 20th, 21st, in there somewhere. Don't quote me. And Cancer is known for the mother, the family focus, the nurturing aspects, being there for everyone. And though I see those qualities and believe that is an aspect of Cancer, there's something so much stronger that comes through lately. And I've been seeing a lot of Cancers in the readings that I do, in the sessions that I'm doing. And it's so fascinating. But on the shadow side, on the pieces that sort of jump to mind in terms of shadow, every sign has shadow, shadow's part of life. But the shadow side of Cancer is things like bitterness, resentment, blame, holding grudges. This sort of like boomerang effect can happen with that, where Cancer can sometimes feel, well, this is happening to me. This person has done this to me, and so I don't want to have to deal with that anymore. I don't want to have to feel that. I don't want to have to feel that. So they might put up a boundary, a wall, to try to protect themselves from ever having to feel that again. And, what's coming through is a side note, just thinking about feelings. And if we are trying to protect ourselves from feelings, if we're trying to control what feelings we do feel, what feelings we don't feel, the outcome of that is there are other feelings we don't get to feel or experience as well. It's like the thermostat goes from being, having super high temperatures and super low temperatures to sort of being neutral. And so you're losing on both sides. You don't really get to set it in the way that you might think. And so if you're blocking out the feelings of pain, suffering, grief, anger, then on the other side, you may be losing out on opportunities to feel joy, excitement, pleasure, and so on. So just a thought. Okay, so there's that shadow side of Cancer, which is, as we talked about, the blame, the guilt, the grudges, and the putting up boundaries, trying to protect from having to experience that. And this is the collective part that's going on right now, is that we're all in Cancer season. We're all having an opportunity to experience ourselves as emotional beings, to allow things, to see things coming to the surface. And so this is what I see as the gift, the ascension of Cancer. So moving through the shadow into the gift, it brings forward this opportunity for deep psyche healing. Like making room for emotions in such a pure and authentic way, understanding that emotions are natural, emotions are part of the physical system, it's part of the body's, way of communicating with us. It's stored from the past often, and others don't create those emotions in us. Though their actions may trigger something in us, it's not the other that's actually making the emotion happen. That's a part of us. And so the opportunity for Cancer and for us within Cancer season is to work with emotions, to allow those emotions to flow through us, allow them to come up, feel them fully, allow their expression, but without the added storyline of blame and resentment or guilt, putting it onto someone else and saying, look at how you're doing this to me. And so what's so beautiful is allowing these things to come through, and for a Cancer themselves, having this huge breadth of depth of emotion creates a situation where they get to bring that learning, that gift, that truth to the world. They get to come back to that person and share what happened for them, what they felt, what they went through, or simply build their own capacity for that full expression of the range of emotions, the buffet, if you will. And then that then creates this beautiful support, this beautiful holding space that can happen. All of a sudden, they can show the way. They can identify, experience, and role model, if you will, how to feel, how to allow, how to grow through feeling. So, we all have this opportunity to tap into that right now. And then today is the Capricorn full moon, at 21 degrees Capricorn. And what I think is so funny about this is just the balance to Cancer. So Capricorn is pretty much the opposition, the direct opposite of all of that. Capricorn tends to want to keep a stiff upper lip, have a straight back, hold this impression, this persona, this I speak from experience being a Capricorn, having a lot of Capricorn in my chart. But as a Capricorn, there's sort of like an upholding of law and order, of rule, of right and wrong. Things are rather black and white. There's aloofness. There's a natural sort of denial of emotion almost. And so in this full moon, it's so interesting, but it's sort of creating that tension with what's coming up in the Cancer season. So it's giving us this opportunity to reflect on everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks, everything that's been bubbling up, and to purge what's no longer suiting us. It sort of almost gives us a little break, I think, from that emotional place, and an opportunity to look at things a little more logically, a little more away from it. And the other places that Capricorn asks you to look is like in your career, in your financial world, in your stability, is your foundation there. And so the question becomes, of all of these things that are happening and all these emotions and feeling, am I supported? Do I feel the foundation underneath me? And if not, what can I release during this full moon that will give me more room? And in these next couple of weeks leading up to the next new moon, we work towards the rest of we continue with the intentions we set earlier in the month, earlier in the cycle at the new moon. Anyway, I just was thinking how funny this is. The balance of the hyper-emotional world of Cancer balanced with the aloofness, that stiffness of Capricorn. And I gotta say, it has taken me, I only even realized that I had emotions I wasn't experiencing when I was turning 30. That's a whole other story about my Saturn return. And then it's taken me another 10 years to really start to fully see it and feel it And I can't wait to share with you more about that and about human design in particular and how that's really helped me open up a door to my own emotional world. Yeah, food for thought in the middle of the night.